He says, the next example is mira. What is mira? This is a term that you find in many hadiths, and inshallah we will have a hadith actually here that Imam Khomeini has mentioned. Mira means to argue with someone to prove that you are right and he or she is wrong. Not because you are interested in truth. You might be right, you might be wrong. But even if you are right, you insist on your position and try to argue and argue and argue. This is no longer a matter of concern for truth. You try to prove yourself. This type of argumentation, this type of debating is very, very much disliked and condemned. So, if two people, when you are doing, for example, mubahasa, two people have a scholarly discussion, and you see your friend, your partner in mubahasa is right, but your nafs doesn't want to accept. Immediately try to accept and acknowledge. Or even if you are right, you think you are right, and the other person is wrong, don't insist. I many times say to married couples, if you disagree, just mention your point once, twice, maximum maybe 3 times. If you don't agree, stop it. Don't let this continue, because in my humble opinion and based on my experience, if you don't come to conclusion after 2-3 times of expressing yourself and arguing, there's a little chance of after that coming to agreement, because each of you has understood the other person's position and argument, and that's enough. Now maybe it needs some time. But if this continues, it becomes worse and worse, and then later also it's very difficult to acknowledge. Because, if something I have said 10 times, you are wrong, I am right, this is my position, your position is wrong, you said the same to me, then after 10 times, it's very difficult for me to change my position. And even if I change my position, to acknowledge. Sometimes I use this example that it's like a car. Sometimes the wheel, the tire, is stuck in the ice. When it snows, then the tire gets stuck. Some people, in order to come out, they accelerate. But the more they accelerate, the more tire goes inside, goes down. It's very important, as soon as you see it's stuck like this, not to accelerate, leave it, and find some people to push it. A little bit lift it and push it. But if you accelerate, it goes down and down and down. In discussion with people, it's like this. If you insist, it can lead to separation. Friendship can be stopped. Marriage can be broken. Community can be divided. Countries can fight. This is the problem of mira, which is very much related also to anger. Then he mentions this hadith. This hadith is from Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and has been mentioned in Bihar al-Anwar, Volume 2, page 138. some companions of the Prophet said, Rasulullah one day came to us and found us, we are debating in this way, as mira. نحن نتمارى في شيء من أمر الدين. He found that about a religious issue, religious issue is important. It's not that they were debating about something useless. That's certainly wrong. But even about something as important as religious issues, you should not get into mira. So Rasulullah found us that we are doing mira about fi shay'an min amr ad-din, a religious affair. فغضب غضبا شديدا لم يغضب مثله. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who was a very moderate person, a very kind person, a very good-tempered person, a very patient person, but to give us lesson and to show his maximum dissatisfaction, he became very unhappy to the extent that never he was so unhappy. And then he said, إنما هلك من كان قبلكم بهذا. Those who were before you, they were destroyed because of this. As if Rasulullah was seeing people disagreeing to the extent of fighting each other after him, excommunicating each other after him. He was going through the whole history of Muslim Ummah after him. He was warning them because he was aware of what happened in the past, and of course he can, bi'iznillah, see the future. So, Dharul Mira, leave Mira. This insistence on arguing. فَإِنَّ الْمُؤْمِنَ لَا يُمَارِ. Mu'min never does mira. Dharul mira, again he said, leave mira. فَإِنَّ الْمُمَارِ قَدْ تَمَّتْ خَسَارَتُهُ. The one who does mira, his loss is complete. It's not partial loss, it's complete loss. Dharul mira, again he said, leave mira. فإن المماري لا أشفع له يوم القيامة. I am not going to intercede for those who do mira. ذروا المرا, leave mira. فإني زعيم بثلاث أبيات في الجنة. I promise 3 houses in heaven for those who stop mira. في رياضها وأوسطها وأعلاها. In the gardens of heaven, in the middle of heaven, and in the high levels of heaven. It seems that the gardens of heaven are the lowest level, and then there is a middle, and then there is the highest. I promise 3 houses in Jannah, in gardens, in the middle and the highest. لمن ترك المراء وهو صادق. And he is right. For example, I say I did this. You say you didn't do this. I say I did this. You didn't. You say no. Okay, there is no need to continue. We can just stop here. And without, of course, offending, sometimes, we stop, but, by offending also the person. So, you have no value that I discuss with you anymore or something like this. No, nicely, just stop it. Dharul mira. Again, Rasulullah says, leave mira. فَإِنَّ أَوَّلَ مَا نَهَانِي. Look at this. أَوَّلَ مَا نَهَانِي عَنْهُ رَبِّي بَعْدَ إِبَادَةِ الْأَوْثَانِ الْمِرَاءِ. the very first thing that my Lord prohibited me to do after worshipping idols is mirah. So it comes even before any major sin that you can imagine. Lying, I don't know, backbiting, drinking khamr, whatever. And there is another hadith, again, this is available in the same page in Bihar al-Anwar. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, لا يستكمل عبد حقيقة الإيمان. No person would complete the reality of Iman حتى يدع المراء ولو كان وإن كان محقا, until he leaves mirah, even if he's right. Because truth in this case will be endangered. Even by insisting on truth, you can endanger truth. I wish people realize, I wish we wake up, not only in personal matters, in religious matters, in sectarian matters, in political matters. Sometimes insisting too much can endanger the truth, can endanger what is right. Because by causing injury in the other person's feelings and emotions, just that person becomes more hostile, more stubborn, more insistent. You are not serving the truth by doing mirah. So Rasulullah says, لا يستكمل عبد حقيقة الإيمان. No servant would be able to complete the reality of faith unless he leaves or she leaves mirah, even if he or she is right.